So we're going to go over a quick overview on the transcript and the subtitles in Adobe Premiere. So first thing we're going to do, we have our thing open. So let's bring in the audio and the video. So make sure both tracks are selected, and let's change the sequence settings to adjust to the current video. So I've got both tracks selected. Everything looks good here. I usually like to just do this, just drag that fader in so that it kind of ramps into the sound. After that, we're going to make sure that this ignore transcript is not selected. And then from there, we can go click on the video, go to text, go to transcript, and there we go. So the cool thing is it went through, recognized all the words, but it also recognized the pauses and the filler words. So first thing we're going to do is select the filler words. Just nonsense. Let's just get rid of that. Delete all that. And then we're going to select the pauses. So again, there's a couple of those. Let's delete all those ones out. And now we've got our now we've got the cleaned up transcript. So it's already cleaned up the transcript, cleaned up the video. So you can see that it's already gone ahead and done the chops for us, whatever we needed. So now that we have this, we're going to create a caption file. I've already got my settings preset. So what you can do is do the same thing. So change your settings and then go ahead over here and save the current settings as a preset. So the main things you got to look at is it subtitle? What's the maximum length per subtitle? So I've got 18 characters. What's the minimum duration? I want it to be minimum 2 seconds per subtitle. Any shorter, it gets too short. Longer, it gets a bit boring. And then how many lines you want to do, single or double. So we're going to create the captions, and there we go. So all the captions have been created. Now what we want to do from here is make the captions look a bit cooler. So you can see that right now the captions are kind of boring. So what we'll do is let's go to one of them. So let's go to the first one, and we're going to select it. And then over here in the corner, we're going to go Essential Graphics, Edit, and then we can select all the different things. So you want to change your fill, you want to change your size, you want to change all these like positioning. So we can change the size. Let's go up to 150. So I already changed a bunch of settings before and saved it as a preset. So let's go back there. So I added a little bit of a shadow, a little bit of a stroke. It looks kind of cool. The size, we've done all this. So now we've done everything on this one. We're going to click this, and it redefines the style for all the captions on the track. So now we can just make sure that everything is fine. So go to the next one. Now we'll cover how it's all stylized. But what we want to do now is add a little bit of animations to really make it pop. So first thing we're going to do is make sure we select our box. Let's make sure that the binding is fairly close. Apply that to all the captions. Then what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out so that we can collect all of our captions. Go up to graphics and titles, upgrade caption to graphic. So now that we've done that, you see that the program went ahead, deleted all your captions and put them in as graphics. So this will give us the ability to do some cool edits now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to effects, go to video effects, go to distort, and we're going to take this transform one, throw it on there. So it basically attaches the transform properties to this video here. So then we can go under there, and then that thing that we just added is thrown into there. So now let's start playing around with how it looks. So when we look at it right now, it's very boring. Right? So first thing I'm going to do is let's change the opacity. So actually before that, make sure you select this, the top header, and move this down. See that? There's two little circles that you're going to have to move. So one I'm going to put it here, and the second one put it there as well. So both of them are there. That's basically where does it start, where does it finish. So the next thing we're going to do is let's change the scale. So we're going to turn on keyframes for that, and we're going to start it at let's not go too crazy. We'll go 68, and then we'll move forward a bit and say about that much, four frames, and then it'll be 100. So it transitions pretty quick. We got that pretty quick transition. And next thing we're going to do is let's change the opacity. So we'll start at 50%, and then we'll move to 100% by that point. So if you notice, every time you want to change something, you click on that, and it starts creating keyframes. And keyframes are what tells the program what it needs to be at that point. So you see right now on that keyframe, we put 100, and the other keyframe, we put 50. So it knows that in between, it's going to ramp it up. See, 70, 80, 90, 100. Perfect. The other thing we're going to do is just change this. I don't want this to change over time, so I'm just going to adjust this setting. This will give it a little bit of a cool blur, a little bit of an effect. And then we'll go here, bam. So that's it. We've got our cool subtitle. What we want to do now, one more thing, is I think we're pretty good actually. Opacity, yeah, scale. I think we're ready. So now what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll copy the transform. So I pressed Control C, and I'm going to basically select everything else except for that one and press Control V. So now if we open up any more of these, right, if We open that. All of our settings are already there. Perfect. And now we can check, just make sure our subtitles.
So we covered creating new buttons. Now we'll cover how to create a little script. So what the issue here is, like randomly I'll come across a different product